Before my entrepreneurial journey started, it was 2019. So I was an extra college graduate. I was going to enter university. So that was my phase in in entrepreneurship. I didn't really have a background of entrepreneurship. I was studying sciences, and I was unsure on whether to go into an engineering university or a business school like IBM. I'm pursuing computer science degree, and I'm in my third year. I do have a family background of business, but I did have some contacts in the jewelry industry, so that led me to start a journey in silver jewelry. So my family is into gold jewelry, but I manufacture and sell silver jewelry. To be honest, I wasn't into the gold business. I never used to visit the shop before I started my journey. So when I started, I was literally clueless on how jewelry is manufactured, how the processes take place, and what I need to do to form a successful business. So I literally started from scratch, and I didn't have any knowledge of silver jewelry or jewelry in particular. With business, initially मेरा mindset यही था कि उस वक्त मैं थोड़ा I didn't have a lot to do, so I started that business के थोड़ा बहुत मतलब busy हो जाऊंगा. So as of now, जो मुझे समझ आया कि if you I've seen a lot of startups grow. I've seen my friends जो बचपन के थे, they have their own jewelry page, लेकिन they deal with men jewelry and artificial jewelry. तो उनकी cost काफी कम होती है. They've branded it really well, and they've really grown exponentially. इसी तरीके से I've seen a lot of friends after COVID, they've really grown exponentially. Their businesses have grown. So अभी भी I have the mindset कि आगे अगर when I'm pursuing computer science degree, 2-3 साल job करनी है, उसके बाद I need to have a startup of my own, a tech startup of my own. Because with startups you have an exponential growth, although शुरू में मेहनत लगती है, risk लेना पड़ता है, लेकिन आखिर में आप फायदा होता है आपका. Yeah, I am planning to continue this, and I am planning to scale it up as well. It took a lot of time to figure things out. For the first 2 months, we didn't really have any sales, so I had to change things up a bit. I kept on changing things. I'm still in a learning process as well. So I'm still learning and I'm still improving things. So I spotted this opportunity. There was a relative who really had an established silver jewelry business. They were running a store since like 5 to 6 years. They were the first ones in the silver jewelry market who manufactured the silver jewelry just like you manufacture gold. And he was the one who guided me. And he still acts as a mentor for me. So I looked as a sample. I looked at that business that was established. I looked at other businesses as well, and I looked up online. Some businesses were really growing in the jewelry market. So I just conducted a rough feasibility analysis on how things can grow and how I can scale up this jewelry business, how beneficial it will be for the future. My father has a business that he actually buys jewelry. So he doesn't know about the manufacturing process, about the supply chain. So he couldn't really guide me on what I wanted to do. So there wasn't a lot of guidance from their side. I had to sort things out with regards to the branding of the brand. So before execution, before the first collection was launched, it took me around 15 days. So how I started my business, I actually partnered with a business who were kind enough to lend me their collection. I didn't really buy that collection. They lended it to me. I could photograph it. So the amount of capital, I think I spent around 1,500, and that was only for the photography. I got the photography outsourced, and I only spent 1,500. So I didn't really buy a collection initially. So it took me around 3 months to reach a positive cash flow. When I launched that collection, I got a lot of response with that collection, but people weren't willing to buy it. The thing is, that collection, जो initial collection मेरी थी, it was like a kadai wala kurta. Like people, around 2 out of 10 people like it. Not everyone likes it, but those who like it cannot afford it. So the two crises I faced, one was of supply chain. I didn't know how to get jewelry made, what jewelry, who makes which pieces of jewelry. The thing is, there are a lot of workers in this jewelry business. So अगर एक चीज आपको बनानी है, वो चीज आपको एक specific बंदे को देनी होगी जो वो चीज सही से बना देगा. So I had to figure that out as well. The second thing was marketing. I used to run Facebook ads myself. Obviously, when you do it yourself and when you're doing everything yourself, you cannot really dive into the aspects of it. So I struggled a lot in that marketing phase. उसके अलावा photography कभी मसला आ रहा था. The first collection I launched, it was like जो मुझे feel हुआ था, the first collection मतलब zoomed out बहुत था. यानी jewelry कम नजर आ रही थी उसमें और बाकी चीजें ज्यादा नजर आ रही थी. So I had to figure that out as well. These are the three main problems I had in the initial phases. My uncle is in the production and marketing business, photography business. So he मतलब उन्होंने advice किया था. He advised to me to use my own phone. you advised me to use an iPhone, so I used that. उसमें थोड़ा zoomed in आ रहा था. I kept on changing things up, posting different collections on Facebook. कभी ये try किया, कभी कुछ और try किया, audience change करता गया Facebook ads में, और cousin से help लिया, अलग अलग जो भी मेरे आसपास लोग थे उनसे मैंने help ले लेके, मशवरा ले लेके मैंने started manufacturing jewelry myself. उसमें cost reduce हो गई, design गलत हो जाता है, design तो जो कंप्यूटर पे होता है वो तो सही हो जाता है, वो मैं सही करा देता हूँ. उसके बाद जब चीज बन के आ जाती है, एक थिंग विद सिल्वर ज्वेलरी है, जब चीज तैयार हो जाती है उसके ऊपर एक आउटर कोटिंग होती है, वो होती है पॉलिश लेकर की. तो अगर वो सिल्वर, गोल्ड में ऐसा सीन नहीं होता, सिल्वर में होता है. अगर वो लेकर की लेयर आपकी लग गई तो उसमें कोई भी चेंजेस आपको करने हो तो लेकर की लेयर उतरवानी होगी. एक दिन उसके उतारने में लगता है और एक दिन चढ़ाने में लगता है, और फिर रोडियम प्लेटिंग भी ऊपर से दोबारा करनी होती है. तो अगर कोई चीज खराब हो गई तैयार हो गई वो पॉलिश के बाद, तो उसे दोबारा सही करना होता है पूरा. तो 3 दिन उसमें एक्स्ट्रा लग जाते हैं. तो things have gone wrong with
extra cost as well.
Definitely extra cost, extra time, both of these things. तो जब भी मैं अभी जो मेरा फेस चल रहा है, तो उसमें जब स्टोन सेटिंग हो जाती है, पॉलिश से पहले मैं अपने पास आके लेके देखता हूँ ज्वेलरी को. अगर कोई मसला होता है तो उसी वक्त आके तो सही हो जाता है, क्योंकि पॉलिश के बाद मैं अभी इसलिए तैयार ज्वेलरी मैं नहीं लेता. I would say my supply chain is a strength as well as a weakness. I can manufacture my own jewelry, I can manufacture my own designs. If they turn up well, अगर वो अच्छे हो गए, कारीगर के मूड पे डिपेंड होता है. अगर चीज अच्छी हो गई तो हो गई, अगर वो अच्छी हो गई it's my strength, अगर वो सही नहीं हुई तो it's my weakness, because it adds to the cost, it adds to the time as well. And branding में थोड़ी सी weakness आ रही है. I didn't really have a specific direction I wanted the brand to be in. कभी ये कलेक्शन मैंने डाल ली, कभी वो कलेक्शन डाल ली. तो when there is a direction of the brand, it really helps in scaling it up. So first of all, the customer sends me their jewelry. They send a picture of their product they want to get made. I get a deal done with them. When they confirm it, I get it designed. जब डिजाइन होता है तो एक कंप्यूटराइज उसकी पिक्चर आ जाती है. तो the computerized picture I send it to my customer to get it approved. क्योंकि वो पिक्चर काफी क्लियर होती है, कस्टमर को समझ आ जाता है कि क्या चीज आने वाली है. तो when it gets approved, we get a wax made out of it. उसकी 3D प्रिंटिंग होती है उस डिजाइन की, उसकी वैक्स बनती है. उस वैक्स के थ्रू कास्टिंग होती है सिल्वर में. 2 प्रोसेसेस हो गए, तीसरा प्रोसेस कास्टिंग का. उस वैक्स के थ्रू कास्टिंग होती है सिल्वर में, और कास्टिंग के बाद सफाई होती है उसकी, वो हाथ से सफाई होती है, हैंडमेड इसलिए कहते हैं हम लोग अपनी ज्वेलरी को, फिर हाथ से उसकी सफाई होती है. उसके बाद इफ इट हैज स्टोन्स, वो स्टोन सेटिंग में जाता है. तो स्टोन सेटिंग में जब जाता है उसके बाद फ्रेम तैयार हो जाती है. एक आउटर लेयर पॉलिश की बाकी होती है, वो रोडियम प्लेटिंग होती है और लेकर होती है. We get that done. Priced according to the cost of the design, the cost of the wax, the weight of the wax, the weight of the silver, then मजदूरी कितनी गई और stones कितने लगे और polishing कितनी हुई. So that all adds to the price, the final price of the jewelry. So there were a couple of moments उसमें I got a Facebook ad मैंने शायद चलाया था. I got a lead from the USA. I got a lead from USA. उसमें she wanted to get a set made and a couple of things made. So I got it. I got all of that made. It was a long process. It took around 1 month to get everything made because बड़े set थे और ये सारी चीजें. And then I got it delivered. And she sent me a payment. उसमें advance दे दिया था, फिर around 100,000 तक की मेरे ख्याल से उन्होंने मतलब purchasing की थी. So that was a triumphant moment. I was like, if I get these orders, अगर 3-4 महीने में 1-2 आ गए तो खर्चा निकल जाएगा मेरा जो पर्सनल होता है थोड़ा बहुत. Yeah, the worst moment was I started to lose interest. I wasn't photographing my products as well. I wasn't running ads. I didn't really have a direction for my business, a direction for my customers and everything. So I had to sort that out. क्योंकि I was posting everything. जो मुझे कभी गोल्ड की चीज मिली वो भी डाल दी. मतलब I didn't have a direction कि भाई ये कलेक्शन आएगी पहले, ये कलेक्शन में आपको ये चीज, ये ऑडियंस को टारगेट करना है, फिर दूसरी आएगी. I didn't really have a direction, and the ads weren't really helping me as well. So that was a moment for me. It's around 16 to 30. Yeah.
Yeah. And you target basically the customers lying under the age group of like 16 till 30, millennials and the Gen Z.
Yeah, definitely. So office women are busy. They don't like to go to stores to purchase their jewelry. So they prefer buying it online, and they use this jewelry for gifting. So most of our jewelry is for gifting. My value proposition is that a lot of people, when you send them designs, customized designs, जो established the brands hai, they don't really get customized designs made. They have their own designs. They prefer to sell them in bulk. मतलब एक ring के काफी pieces उन्होंने बना लिए. So my value proposition is that अगर एक चीज मेरे पास होती है, एक piece ही होता है उसका, तो उसको ज्यादातर जो चीजें मेरे पास होती हैं, they are one piece. So once they're sold out, they go out of stock. and I take the most complicated customized orders as well, जो काफी लोग नहीं लेते. और फिर I have an expectation setting with my customer कि भाई जब चीज ही आएगी तो 95% similar आएगी, 5% का difference obviously होता है. So I have an expectation setting with my customer and I deal with it accordingly. I have a WhatsApp group of my customers and potential customers. They aren't really, all of them aren't really my customers. Some of them are through warm contacts as well. So I have a Facebook group. I tried to get things posted on some female groups like SheOps and a couple of them like those. उसके अलावा I send PR packages as well. I used to send them. So उससे भी काफी अच्छी लीड आती थी. Key revenue generating points are जो बड़ी ज्वेलरी होती है हमारी, the traditional wear that generates a lot of revenue. जो small pieces होते हैं जो मतलब daily wear के लिए होते हैं उसमें इतना revenue generate नहीं होता. सबसे ज्यादा cost it depends on the jewelry. कभी कभार जब real stones लगे होते हैं तो stone setting में आ जाती है. कभी कभार अगर jewelry heavy होती है और white में होती है तो rhodium plating में ज्यादा cost आ जाती है. So it depends on the work. It solely depends on how the jewelry is made. One is the manufacturing department, other is the marketing department. Marketing में photography आ जाती है, जो website अभी in process है वो आ गई, और Facebook और social media handles की marketing आ गई. That's probably the supply chain and the marketing. I did have a partner initially in 2019. He backed out when we reached COVID. The COVID हो रहा था, he backed out because he had other commitments as well. As of now, I am a sole proprietor, so I don't have a partner. अगर डिलीवरी करीब में होती है, if it's around 5 kilometers in the radius of 5 kilometers to my house, I deliver it myself. वरना I have a rider that delivers it across Karachi. अभी जो ज़्यादातर orders आने वो कराची के अंदर ही आते हैं, तो 10,000 के अंदर जो orders आते हैं I get it delivered through my rider. उससे ऊपर जो orders आते हैं वो I deliver them myself. उसके अलावा जो outstation deliveries आती हैं, I have a courier partner for that. I was on board with Trax और एक और भी दिया Pace Logistics. So I am on board with them. I use Skynet. Skynet is a delivery service that delivers the board. The thing is with my products, the minimum order is 2,500. वो minimum है. उससे ऊपर मतलब around 10,000 के अंदर चीज आती है, तो I can afford free delivery on that sort of amount. Mainly my supply chain is the first resource I have. The other resource, as I said, I have a mentor. I have a good mentor who I consider as a resource as well. So he really guides me on how to get stuff made. And I have 2 resources as of now. Abhi, so it's been 3 years since I started. So I have a pool of workers that are a bit dynamic. Yani ke when I want to get normal stuff made, I can get it made from them. Around 90-80% जो चीजें होती हैं वो वही बना देते हैं. और बाकी जो 20% अगर बहुत ही कॉम्प्लिकेटेड चीज आती है तो I ask my mentor for that. Risk challenges, I stated them before as well. I used to run ads, but they didn't get proper response as well. And the other challenges is once an order is placed, if anything goes wrong, you have to get it fixed. तो उसमें extra cost आ जाती है और time ही लग जाता है. यही मसला है silver jewelry का. In the future, I'm thinking about diversifying my product line. I'm thinking about launching artificial jewelry collection as well. अभी तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह इतना समझ आ गया है कि I can get an estimate of the price. If something is extra complicated, I send it to the workers and they quote me an approximate on how much the processes will charge. It has kind of reduced, but in order to scale it up, there's still uncertainty because you have to come up with the right designs, you have to come up with the right strategies to scale up your business. अभी जैसा चल रहा है, that's like break even तो नहीं कहूँगा, मतलब कि मेरे खर्चे निकल जाते हैं थोड़े से अभी जो फेस चल रहा है मेरा. So if I scale it up, there will be uncertainty because I will be trying new stuff out, I will be trying new strategies out, and I won't be focusing on customized design at that point in time because with customized designs they take a lot of time. As of now, my unique USP is customized designs. I'm willing to change that. Any business, you have to put in the hard yards initially. You have to take some risk as well. I haven't taken a lot of risks, but I am planning to. I have saved up an amount of money which I am willing to invest. So 2 things: you have to take ample amount of risks, and you have to put in the